happened before. Never mess with the ECU settings without fixing it at the end and going off and doing something else, because it freaks you out and you think your car's not gonna start. Well, okay, this is kind of weird. Let's get back into this. Like I always say, oh, here comes the comeback, but it never happens. This is weird. Why is my face so white? White balance is off. That's a little better. What up, guys? It's 100 degrees outside right now in beautiful San Diego. I have kind of an update video, kind of saying I'm coming back, but we all know how that goes. I might not be coming back. I want to come back. I want to do this. There's something in me that doesn't want to. But I know if I just get in the swing of things and start editing more, start filming more, I will get back into this. I like it. I really do. I don't know why I'm in this weird funk of not filming and editing YouTube videos as of late. I really like doing it. Doesn't mean I haven't been working on car things. I'll go over a couple updates of what I've done just to show you guys everything I've done that I haven't filmed in the past. But this video, if you've seen the title, is a little different than what you think this just an update video is going to be. I have an engine stand over here with nothing else there. Haha, funny joke. Got to it before you guys did. Camouflage, good one. No engine there. I'm going to be revealing the engine that's actually going in this car very, very soon. I'm accumulating all the parts I need for the engine build, everything for the swap, and everything like that. So if you guys know anything about swapping an engine, they can be very, very challenging with all the parts that you need to actually get it to fit. Transmissions, all the differential drivetrain, all the connectors, everything like that. But right now I'm about to show you guys the engine. Right now, put it in the comment section down below what you think it is, and I will reveal it to you right now. It is a 2JZ GT. It is an SR20. We have ourselves right here a Ford Crate V8 motor. We have ourselves right here nothing. Good one, again, nice. We have ourselves an RB26. We have a Build 30B. Honestly, if you've kept up with the past couple of videos, you probably understand what this engine is behind here, and I'm about to reveal it to you right now. It is the 1.8 liter off of a Miata. Yeah, how disappointed are you guys? Put in the comment section below how much you guys hate me. Gosh, thank you guys so much for that. Really appreciate all the hate comments. I love replying to them. I love saying, "Ah, Danny, you suck. I thought this video was going to be so much cooler than it was, but you're just putting a Miata engine into another Miata. Oh my gosh, Miatas suck." I'd reply back, "Yeah, I agree, dude. Miatas suck. I would never own one ever. They're the worst cars." So I think it was literally like last video. If you saw, I'm going to kind of put a very, very fast motion of all the clips I have. You don't want to edit that video for some reason, and I want to get past that. We had that piece of crap Miata at my friend Anthony's house, and what we did is we took everything out of it, including the differential transmission, axles, drive shaft, and then Anthony had a manual steering rack. We also got the starter, a couple other little small things that we've gotten from that donor Miata, and essentially what that Miata was going to be used for is to engine swap a 1.8 liter into the 1.6 liter Miata. Taking a look at it, obviously I covered all the holes. I didn't cover that hole because of the plate and the throttle body or whatever, but covered everything that needed to be covered. And this engine looks like crap. And here's my exhaust manifold. Wow, I didn't realize I was going to show you guys that right away. But yes, this will be turboed. It is a 1.8 liter. So most of the things on here, turbo-wise, hot side, will not fit over there. But like, this engine is so freaking disgusting. Check that out. There is probably oil leak after oil leak after oil leak. Every seal in here is probably leaking. These belts are probably trash. Everything is going to be replaced on the outside. I say on the outside simply because I don't want to go in and build an engine if I don't have to. I actually drove this car before we took the engine out of it, and the engine felt healthy enough. I was only able to get to like 25 miles an hour, but I was at like in first gear, so it was at probably about like 4K, 5K RPMs, and it felt good. You can simply look at the lettering difference. The lettering on this valve cover for the 1.8 is raised, while on the 1.6 it's like indented, if you can see that. But overall, this thing's super disgusting. It did have AC, it did have power steering, it did have a ton of oil leaks. It has everything from the 1.8, and we are going to be swapping this bad boy into here. So you're probably kind of confused why I'm doing this, especially because if you know you're a Miata guy, you know if I have a stock block Miata, realistically at 1.8, I could probably get 250 wheel out of it pretty easily, but I probably have anywhere from 200 to 220 with this thing right now. And you're probably wondering, why would you do all of this work simply just to get another 30, 40 horsepower? And it's not necessarily because of the horsepower. It's simply because of this setup. This setup was thrown together very, very quickly. If you can tell, the engine bay looks like absolute crap, which I really am focused on making look a lot better this time around. But this setup, the turbo is just way too big. The manifold isn't the right size for the car. I already have an exhaust manifold for the 1.8. It is a T25 to T28. This exhaust manifold for this 1.6, which is a smaller motor, has a larger exhaust manifold opening essentially. It's a T3, which houses a T3 turbo, which essentially, this car spools very, very slowly, meaning I have to be at 4,500 RPMs until this thing reaches like max boost. So I'm hoping to be around 3,000 to 3,500 with this thing, with a very small turbo that can pretty much only withstand 250 horsepower, which is essentially what I'm going for. 240, 250, I think it's very attainable, especially now because I have the different things for the swap, like the 1.8 diff, which is also welded, by the way. So you never know what's going to happen with that welded diff life. But honestly, I don't think I'm going to get into drifting huge either. I might do it here and there just to have fun, you know. But never anything where I go get angle kits and all the nonsense. At the end of the day, I do really like driving this car around town. I've dailied it for the past year and a half. I do have the Speed 3 back, which is super nice. And I actually both fit in this garage, which is super cool. But what I'm going to do is fix up the engine bay in this car. If you can tell, one of my biggest complaints about this is that there's just so many colors. There's chrome, black, purple, blue, yellow, black, white, green, orange, blue, Monster can, Coors Light can, the turbo, and it's just, I mean, it just doesn't look good. All of the tubing from the tube front end is rusting over. I am super, super pumped to make this thing look super solid. Don't get me wrong, I'm also not trying to make a show car. That's just not my forte of things, but I am very excited to make this thing look a lot better than it is currently right now. It's something I want to be proud of. It's something I want to show off and want to go to car meets, pop my hood. Because right now when I pop my hood, I'm like, ha, this thing is funny looking. At the same time, it's going to cost a decent amount of money for what it is. I'm trying to keep the cost under $1,000, which actually is very, very cheap for a swap, especially doing different turbo things. I think I can keep it under $1,000 with the connections and hookups I have. So I believe I can actually keep this whole cost under $1,000 if I do it correctly. Maybe a slightly bit more than $1,000. But there's things like I've been wrapping cars recently. If you want a roof wrap, hood wrap, whole car wrapped. I wrap cars, as you guys can tell, I've wrapped this car. You guys can notice I have a front bumper now, which I've never had before. Kyle finally welded me up some tabs, to mount the front bumper off the intercooler, which again, will all be painted. But yeah, I have a front bumper. I wrapped it. I ran out of wrap, so I had to make a seam down the middle. And this only used 4 feet of wrap instead of 8 feet. So it looks good in my opinion. I really, really love it. And I'm really psyched to have a front bumper on this car again. I think it's awesome because in California it's illegal to have a turboed Miata unless it's a Mazda Speed Miata, simply because of emissions. If you guys aren't from California, you're probably confused on what that is. But it's really hard to see the turbo, which is a good thing and a bad thing. Maybe it's not getting as much air as it would like to. I mean, it's really hard to see the intercooler, which is a good thing and a bad thing because maybe it's not getting as much air as possible. But this intercooler is huge for this setup, and it'll be huge for that setup too. So this thing will never ever heat soak. But I am super excited to just be able to clean all this, paint the engine bay one solid color, get a really nice setup of colors in here, and just clean this, ditch these, get some silicone lines, ditch the monster cans, do something more legit, and just heat shield the turbos. It's going to be water cooled turbo now, so I can put a little cover over it. Put a turbo blanket over it, make everything look good. This is super bonk. It's just, this car has ran super well for the past year and a half. I really haven't had a single problem with it. And that's why this morning when you guys saw the clip of it not starting, I was scared because that's never happened before. Even with it so junky like this, it's worked very, very well. And I'm excited to just put something in there different. And I'm excited to, if I needed to, I could just put this back in really quick and get right back to this setup. Let's say if that blows up or something, which it shouldn't because the power I'm going for isn't absolutely ridiculous and very reliable. But I plan to keep making videos on this entire process. I plan to tell you guys exactly how much money I spent for everything here. Honestly, so far, I've spent $100 on that motor, simply because I'll tell you guys, I'll tell you in a different video because this video has gone long enough by now. I'm gonna quickly go over the other things I've done that I really haven't put on video. You can notice the clutch wheels are perfectly on now. Look at the fitment, not bad at all. It's pretty fitted decently well for my liking. Here's the front, tiny bit of poke out of the front of the bumper area. Finished the wrap of the rear finish panel. It looks really, really, really good. I think I might have shown that before. Oh, what I didn't show was I have the tail lights now. So these work, they're functioning. This thing kind of went weird on me and turned a different color, you can see. I've had to diagnose some clutch engagement issues, which is still kind of an ongoing problem, and I've done so much for it. So that's another reason why I have a spare transmission. I'm thinking maybe it's something actually in the transmission, either transmission related, or it's either the clutch fork or the clutch itself, the flywheel, the pressure plate, anything in between there. So that's why I have another spare transmission just in case. But yeah guys, I know you've seen this swap before on YouTube, but I'm gonna show you, everything, the nitty gritty. I'm gonna try to keep everything super up to date, like I haven't done in the past, but I'm actually excited about this, so I actually think I will keep up to it, but who knows? Who knows? I am Danny Courtney. You really can't take my word for anything. Sucks because like in person or in real life, out of the YouTube space, I would say I'm a very reliable person, and it sucks always saying I'm gonna come back to this and never do. So I'm really excited to actually try to come back to this, and I'm really excited about this. I know you guys probably aren't, and I know you're probably pissed that I messed around with you guys and told you it was a 2JZ, 1JZ, SR20, 13B, blah, 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 blah. I hope you're excited just as much as I am to get this thing looking solid. I can't wait to the piping and the tubing to all get painted the same color. Give me some suggestions, guys, of what colors should be in this engine bay. I am not sold on anything yet. I'm thinking possibly either a black or white bay just to keep it solid. If I go white engine bay and do the tubing black, would that look sick? What color should I do the whole engine setup? Obviously I want to stick with black and something else. I really like the idea of like a neon green, which sounds weird enough, but I like neon green. I like that color of the monster can. Just on subtle things, not go crazy with it anywhere, but I think purple and green go with each other very well, and I really like purple and blue on this car, so I think that could look good. Subtle green hints here and there. What you can expect from me in future videos is to What you can expect from me in future videos is to pull all the unnecessary stuff off this motor, kind of get it to a blank canvas so we can build up from there. Also cleaning the absolute dump out of that thing. Look at just Just look at the sludge on that. Jeez. There's a lot to do to this thing before it goes in, and I'm excited that the swap should be easy enough. I'm excited for a lot of things. We should be able to get launch control from this swap because this does have a variable TPS on the 1.8s, which means that I can set up launch control on my ECU, which is super dope because the 1.6s don't have a variable TPS. They just have a TPS that basically says throttle's open, throttle's closed. And guys, if you could comment down below what bay color I should go with, if I should do the tubing different from the bay color, if I should do it all one color, what should I do, the valve covers and all the little miscellaneous small things. That would be huge for me because I'm kind of on the fence about all of that as of right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know I've been kind of a pain in the butt in the past couple months. I'm trying to come back. I have plenty of time to do it. I need to stop making excuses. And if you guys comment down below, like the videos, it just makes me want to do these things so much more because I know it's helping a lot of you guys out there. And I know you guys are going through similar things as I am. I know some of you are probably contemplating swapping a 1.8 for your 1.6. And I'm going to do that right now in video format. Or you guys just like to see me mess up. You guys like to just see me just drastically fail at life. That would be great just to watch too. You don't even have to have a Miata, it's fine. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, like the video. If you didn't like the video, comment what you think of the colors, and bye.